GolfNewsRI presents the Golf Dudes Podcast. Here are the dudes. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Golf Dudes Podcast on this Super Bowl Thursday and somewhat of a holiday weekend due to Valentine's Day, and for those that celebrate that, and a bunch of other things going on. Lots to get to, of course, as usual.
You better be celebrating that.
Yep. Anyways, joining me as always, almost always, is Mr. Rich Capelli. Rich, how you doing today, buddy boy?
Not too bad. It's supposed to be 55 tomorrow. I may actually go play tomorrow, so I'm kind of excited about that.
Yeah, are you playing in the big Kings Crossing Super Bowl tourney?
Absolutely not.
In the snow? No?
No, because it's actually supposed to snow that day. So
yeah, I heard that. I heard about that. Again, another.
So I will be going down and partaking in the Super Bowl pre-festivities by having a couple brewskis with the boys, and then I will be going home to my house and watching the game by myself.
That sounds terribly boring. But anyway.
Yeah, it's boring. It's whatever.
But anyway, that's neither here or there. We'll get to our Super Bowl predictions down in a little bit. We'll certainly have those coming up for you. But first, we should tell you that the Golf Dudes Podcast is presented by Lynx Drinks. Lynx Drinks is known for their transfusion in a can. A transfusion is vodka, ginger ale, and grape juice, all mixed up into one refreshing beverage for you to drink during the Super Bowl on Sunday. Look for Lynx Drinks at liquor stores and country clubs near you. Big week in golf, obviously, with the PGA Tour going on at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Probably one of the best non-major golf tournaments of the year. Certainly one of the most iconic holes, anyways. I don't know, maybe that's not one of the best tournaments, but certainly an iconic hole. So that's going on. There's still players finishing. As far as I can tell with the leaderboard, Ricky Fowler just made an eagle from the middle of the fairway on 17, so that keeps him alive after he was falling apart again. And so we have that to talk about. Plus, of course, we have some local stuff going on. Admittedly, again, it is February, so not a ton, but a big week for Will Dickson down in Florida, or a big bounce-back week for Will Dickson down in Florida. And some of the Phil Mickelson drama from last week that we touched on extensively.
Yo, it just keeps getting better and better, man.
It's still going on. Now, Phil
oh,
Mickelson,
my God.
Now, Phil's not playing this week, as far as I could tell. He hasn't held a press conference, certainly, so I don't think he's playing this week. But he did respond to somebody on Twitter about these particular comments, again, that we went in depth on last week. And we'll start with today. Excuse me. Phil writes on Twitter that he has not explained all that has transpired over the last 7 months that got me to say what I said. It will come out soon enough. Now, he said that in response. He said that in response to somebody commenting at him on Twitter. Of course, Twitter is where it all happens, apparently. I have no idea what that means. No idea what he's hinting at that's coming out. I can't imagine it's going to be anything too crazy.
You want to know what's crazy? I'm going to cut you off real quick. He has no problem taking the PIP money, but yet, what's it called? Talking crap about the PGA almost in the same sentence. He won that like a month ago? Not even.
Well, he said he won it a month ago. It hasn't officially been announced yet. Which again, I think I said at the time. I think it could be just the reporters trying to hold on to a story, but that's neither here nor there. The Phil Mickelson drama.
It's got to be one of the dumbest things ever. Just say it. Just say who won it.
Yeah, well, I think PIP in general could be one of the dumbest things ever, but they're doing it to.
I'm leaning towards that too. It's just dumb.
So the Phil Mickelson drama still weighs on, and this past week was quite fascinating. By the way, Brooks Koepka responded today in his press conference about his comments on social media. All this crap takes place on social media, unfortunately. But Koepka was asked about his comments on Phil's post, saying, "Don't know if I would use the word greed if I was Phil Mickelson."
Yeah, that was from a couple of days ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, but his press conference was, I guess, the other day for the Waste Management. He said, "Look, man, I said what I said, so you can take it from there." So he didn't really give anything. Both Eamon Lynch and Brandel Chambly took major shots at Phil in two separate
Yo,
columns this week.
Brandel's stuff was savage.
And so we can get to some of that as well. One big thing that's going on for us is Joel Bissett tunes in and comments. He says, "How about those Friars?" Yep,
Yes, sir.
I splurged and bought tickets today for the Villanova game next Tuesday. So there's that.
Nice. I was actually looking online. They're going for like $100 plus for nosebleeds.
Yeah, I got mine.
Crazy.
Yeah, I got mine for like 90 something bucks each.
Jesus.
Yeah, not in nosebleeds, but they're not like front row either. So anyway, there's that. Obviously.
Are you going on Saturday?
No, we're going to dinner.
Nice.
So it's a night game. It's a 6:30 game.
Oh, it's a 6:30 game. That's right. Yeah.
So, I mean, if it was a noontime game, I would go, but I can't really. And it's the poll. Who cares? The game's gonna be over halftime. So no, not going Saturday. They should win. They'll be in the top 10 by Monday.
I gotta try to finish my crap quick at work on Tuesday so I can get home to watch it.
Buy a ticket. Yeah, Pat, they're not going to choke. Normally I would say they are, but they're not. Pat is being a hater. Anyway.
No, I'm telling you, man, it's a different kind of team this year, man.
Yeah, so
they're just different.
Absolutely. It seems like it anyway. So that's certainly going on, and everyone knows I'm a big PC fan, so I follow that closely and comment often. Real quick, so I do want to get to the Phil stuff and some of Iman's comments in his column, which was pretty funny. Earlier this week, as we reported, our guy Will Dickson finished in 20th at the Florida Elite Open on the Florida Elite Tour down in Florida. How many times can you say Florida in one sentence? That was like
I didn't realize it was in Florida.
Yeah. Ball buster. He finished in a tie for 20th. He posted a 3 under 69 in the final round to get into 20th. He made the cut right on the number, so he moved up significantly. I think he was tied for 36. That they do the cut is the top 45 in ties. So he was tied for 36, made the cut right on the number, had a big round on Wednesday, I guess that was. And then this may be interesting to even yourself. His next tournament, he's playing a Corn Ferry Tour Monday qualifier this Monday, February 14th. So that would be interesting to follow. And great follow for that is Monday Q Info on
Where's
Twitter.
Where's the Corn Ferry this week? You know?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Well, I mean, what he's playing that on Monday, so it'll be the following week. I'll find out.
So the qualifier though is Monday, February 14th. So that's this.
Yeah.
That's,
So Valentine's Day on Monday.
So we'll obviously have all the coverage of that. I talked to him. He talks to us after every round or so. So there's that. I just wanted to give him a shout out. Obviously that was a couple days ago. Actually, it was yesterday. Either way. And then the other thing that we posted today that we're super excited to be contributing to and being part of is the Northeast Golf Show. That is coming up at Gillette Stadium. The show is actually inside the Patriots indoor practice facility, for whatever that's worth. So that is from March 25th to 27th. They are looking for additional vendors, up to 30 additional vendors. They have about 200 already, from local companies to kind of national brands, if you will. And they're looking for 30 additional vendors. So if you know someone in the golf business, or if you are a golf business and you want to sign up, you can click through to the link on our website and get in touch with those guys. But certainly we're looking forward to the Northeast Golf Show.
Make sure you guys come on, hang out with us. We need people to hang out with.
Yeah. Tickets haven't gone on sale yet. We'll be posting the site. We'll be posting the link for tickets when that becomes available. They're going to send it to me, and it's pretty much going to go up right away. It's also going to be in an ad form, if you will, on our website. So there'll be multiple ways you can get tickets. And so there's that. We'll have more information on that coming up. We'll be doing on our side. We're part of what I call Media Row, which is pretty cool. And we'll be doing multiple podcasts per day, a bunch of video features and all different stuff. And there's also a putting contest, and there's driving ranges kind of set up. So we'll have some funny video stuff. And obviously our guys from Pind are going, so we're excited to see them. And our guys from Links Drinks are going. They're up on the 19th. I didn't even see them when I texted you the other day. They were up on the top.
Yeah. That's why I asked, because they had their little the
Yeah,
little thing was at the top. I was like, I'm fairly certain they're going.
Yeah, I totally missed. Missed that they were there, but they're up. They're up way at the top of the floor sheet. So anyway, so super excited for that, and there's some other obviously companies going as well that we'll be excited to talk to. The NEPGA's gonna have a booth. I'm sure our Mike Bradshaw will be there. Mass Golf is gonna have a booth, so we'll interrogate them. Riga doesn't have a booth that I saw, so there's that. But anyway, that's coming up. That's still a month away, but obviously, I'm already kind of in the planning stages for it, and I know Rich is excited to be there for sure. So more information coming on that. Like I said, if you're a vendor, if you know someone that's in the golf business or golf related business, feel free to send them over the link. So that's coming up again March 25th to 27th at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. It is the only, I was brought to my attention today in an email chain back and forth with these guys, is the only golf show in the Massachusetts area.
Correct. So I emailed the Joe and Lee's place that goes to they used to go to the one in Boston. They're not going to be at the golf show this year. So I was planning on buying a new putter from them. So I'm going to have to make the 50 minute trek up there the next couple of weeks to go buy my putter from them.
Well, the show is still looking for vendors, so maybe they'll.
Yeah. I mean,
send them the link.
They're the best, man. They have shoes, they have clubs. That's where I bought my my Titleist irons from. And was looking forward to grabbing a putter from them. But hopefully there'll be other vendors there too, this year too. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. I like the place where it was, but I'm a little happy. I'm a little more happy that I don't have to deal with the BS of the Boston traffic hustle and bustle. You know,
right.
I'm excited. It's a legit half hour, 20 minutes away from my house. And no, I'm excited to spend a couple days there.
And there's plenty of restaurants and bars for
the
after party with a lot of the guys. So it's going to be super excited. My mom says excellent ideas for golf show. Well, I mean, I haven't really set any ideas yet, but hopefully it'll be excellent. It'll be fun. I've never been to a golf show before, actually, so it'll be fun for me. And also,
it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
It'll be a good practice for if and when we go to the PGA show down in Florida.
It's a good place to network with all the companies.
Absolutely, and like I said, when I went to the Cape Cod Golf Guys thing this past year or the past May, I guess whenever the hell it was actually inspiring to see all the different people and all the different brands and a lot of people doing their own things. Obviously, there'll be some big name companies there too, but there'll be a lot of people similar to us trying to do their own thing and build their own thing basically from scratch. So, and some of them will be ahead of us and behind us, whatever. But it'll be fun. So that's coming up in March. There'll be many more details on that to come. Once it gets closer, we'll give you our kind of schedule, quote unquote, if you will, and let you know what's going on and tickets as well. So stay tuned on to that. So Joel Bassett says, biggest game in a long time, talking about PC against Villanova on Tuesday night. Yes, it is. And they could both be top 10s. PC could be top 10. The last time
could you imagine that? Oh, my God. Oh, that'd be great.
I went to the last top 10 game at the Dunk back in 2016. PC was ranked number 8, and Xavier was ranked number 10. That was the
that's right. I forgot about that.
That was the magical Chris Dunn year. And this is the closest thing I can think. That's the closest thing I can compare this to. I mean, that PC team certainly wasn't 20-2. 20-2. They were really good. Obviously, they weren't 20-2. So it's going to be crazy. And I'm going to the game. Like I said, I splurged today for tickets. I was sitting there like debating. There aren't many tickets available. Admittedly, the game's going to be sold out.
No, of course not. It's a national TV. It's going to be two ranked opponents. It's just going to be insane. I gotta remind myself on Tuesday when I get to work to push myself to get home to watch the game.
And it's an 8 p.m. start, so that gives everybody an extra hour to.
Yeah, I should be all right. That's fine.
So it's gonna be electric. I can't wait. I was debating on whether to go or not, and I was sitting there with the thing open. And I use SeatGeek to buy the tickets because the PC website had less than SeatGeek, and SeatGeek didn't have a ton.
I got an app for you to use. I'll send it to you off air. It's an app that has no fees, so I'll send it to you.
Yeah. So there's that. So anyway, that's coming up Tuesday night. Biggest game in a long time, probably the biggest game since that Xavier game that I went to a bunch of years ago. Well, that's might not be true, but they actually did lose that game. Yeah. Thanks, Pat. Anyway, so that's all going on, and this guy. Anyway, so Phil Mickelson, his comments, obviously, as we started with the show, still making waves. Both Amon Lynch and Brandel Chambly fired daggers across the bow, and they're in two separate columns. And I have bits and pieces of Amon's column, copy and pasted here. Obviously, we're big fans of Amon Lynch, and I'm a big fan of Brandel. I think Amon's a great writer. So he comments in his column. So no, this is Avon talking. He says on Phil, or he quotes Phil. He says, "My ultimate loyalty is to the game of golf and what it has given me." He told Huggin, meaning Phil told Huggin, the Golf Digest writer. And then Avon continues from there. He says, "A statement that can only gain credibility if all but the first 5 words in the last one were deleted." meaning that,
he is such an insane savage. It's incredible.
And then
I love that dude.
Then he continues because later on in Phil's column he talks about Amon's column. Amon talks about how Phil believes that he's the smartest guy in the room and all these other things. And Amon goes on this rant. Obviously, people know about Phil's betting issues, gambling issues, the Michigan bookie, and things like that. Who I believe is in jail now, or who was in jail at least. Anyway, so Amon goes, "But the smartest guy in the room doesn't get soaked for $500,000 by a mobbed-up Michigan bookie. The smartest guy in the room doesn't have to repay the government more than $1 million in ill-gotten gains because he was winged in an insider trading prosecution. Heck, the smartest guy in the room doesn't even stoop to slapping a moving ball in competition, then brazen it out by insisting incorrectly that it was a clever use of the rules." So Amon and Brandel just taking daggers at Phil. It's going to be fascinating to see what happens when Phil eventually, he's going to play in an event at some point, I would guess, holds a press conference or a media gathering or something for some event. Maybe it'll be at, I don't know what his schedule is, but it's going to be interesting to see how he responds to questions, because obviously that's questions number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Absolutely.
When it comes to Phil, so
I don't know. Amon is an absolute gem. I love that dude.
So if you have a chance to read his columns after you read GolfNewsRI, of course, be sure to check him and Brandel Chambly's column out. It's really interesting. Phil talks about how he had to pay $1 million for the match, and both Amon and Brandel pointed out that, well, actually, if you looked at the papers, Turner Sports was the one that was writing the check for $1 million. So,
they always do.
So Phil said that he had to pay $1 million. It's not really exactly true, apparently, according to these guys. Now, I could be, who knows. But so that's the raging on again. It's going to be interesting to see what happens when Phil holds a press conference for whatever event he's playing next. I don't know off the top of my head what that will be, obviously, but anyway, speaking of that Saudi tournament, how about Harold Varner III with that putt? That's like a 70
from the parking lot or something.
That's another great reason why you should putt off the green. Never mind this chipping stuff. Now he needed to make a birdie to tie for to force a playoff with Bubba, and then he makes he goes and putts and makes. Did
you see that video of Bubba like sprinting from the other side of the golf course to go congratulate him?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, it was crazy.
So at least the Saudi tournament, for whatever it's worth, ended in a dramatic way. I certainly didn't wake up to watch it at 3 a.m, but it was
no.
There.
I think it ended up finishing at like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, not too bad. So Joel says? What do you think of Hoagie win? Definitely looked comfortable in the moment. Operated like a guy who had been there before. Yeah, it was an exciting finish. Another exciting finish at Pebble Beach. I think Jordan Spieth kind of crapped his pants a little bit. So give Hoagie credit. Obviously, he finished it
sure off. Did.
But Jordan kind of crapped his pants. I was rooting for Jordan Spieth. He's better for business. No offense to Tom Hoagie, the sandwich as they were calling him.
Well, I was actually seriously thinking about it because about through 3, 4 o'clock, I was looking at the betting odds, and I was Jordan was like plus 400, and I can't pass up plus money, and I was thinking about it, but I was like, you know what? I was like, golf is, especially coming down the stretch, golf is very tough, and sure as crap, it ended up there was a couple lead changes, and the guy that I would have probably picked last to win won. So it was a good tournament. I love seeing Pebble on TV. Obviously, it's a great weekend. But yeah, that's another reason why you think about your bets.
Are you putting any money down on this week's tournament, the WM Waste Management Phoenix Open?
I might take a look at it after this round's open. I slept in this morning, so I completely forgot. I completely forgot to put my stuff in last night. But yeah, I might take a little gander about a three round pick. But yeah, from what I saw today, obviously the 16th hole was rocking. I saw a little bit of the videos from the Pro-Am. A couple of the guys I follow on YouTube played in the Pro-Am. I mean, we got to get out there. Me and you got to get out there to Arizona for the Waste Management to the 16th. It's an absolute party.
Somebody on our Facebook page, or maybe it was my own personal Facebook page, I'm not sure which one. Somebody offered us a trip, or somebody said when we're ready to go out there to let them know. I forgot who he was. I can't even find his name, of course, now. But nonetheless, somebody said something about going out there. He's played all the TPC courses or something.
Really?
Yeah, I can't find the guy's name. I'm gonna screw it up. Was it?
It's actually not. I don't think it's that expensive to play the Waste Management course. I think it might be like 400. I think, or 350.
Was it Ted? Oh, Teddy Beam. I don't know who that is, but he
Nope.
follows me or follows us on Facebook. Anyway, he made some comment about going out there eventually. So sure, it would be fun. Obviously, anytime you play a TPC course, it's exciting. So this week,
Absolutely.
Waste Manager Phoenix Open is off to a good start. Brooks Koepka's in the mix. He was asked today about being ranked 20th in the world right now, and he said it was embarrassing.
It's
Obviously,
embarrassing. I saw that. He's stupid, but I sneaky love him. He's such a savage, and I like his IDGAF attitude. Even though a lot of people hate it, like they think he's too cool for school, but I think it's fantastic.
yeah, I mean, like I said last week, he's good for business. So as long as he keeps, I don't care what he says. Did he get rid of the blonde hair finally though? That did look terrible. I will say that.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
So there's that. Next week is the Genesis Invitational. It also marks the 1-year anniversary or thereabouts of Tiger's car crash. Tiger is expected to be at the event in a hosting capacity, not playing according to a report that we cited from golf.com. So I guess I'm assuming we're going to hear from Tiger next week, which is something to look forward to. I'm assuming he's going to do his regular interview with my good buddy Jim Nantz.
Yo, was that wasn't the one where he showed up all bloated and like messed up, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, wow. Oh, dude, that was so bad.
Yeah, and then then like a day later, he got in the car accident, or 2 days later, whatever it was. He had the car accident. Yeah, it was the Genesis because he was there because he hosted it, benefits his foundation out in Los Angeles.
He looked so bad. It was so nasty.
Yeah, and that's the first thing I thought of when he got in the car accident. I thought of him on TV that week. I'm like, he looks so bad, like you said, in that appearance. Then he goes and gets in a car accident. I was like, it can't be the coincidence. I mean, how can you look that badly? And then, so don't want to.
He looked straight zooted.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be tons of memes with that coming up in the coming days.
I mean, guys come into the tournaments with his mugshot shirt on from that Thanksgiving thing.
Yeah.
And it's hysterical. He's teeing off, and there's a guy in the background with his mugshot shirt on. It's amazing. It's hysterical.
How about this? I just saw. This is sort of old news. It's an hour old. Xander Schofley is in contention, obviously, at the Phoenix Open, but he's currently in COVID protocol throughout the week, according to our guy.
No way.
According to Bob Harrick, who just He just posted a story on Sports Illustrated, his new home.
On Twitter or no? Or on Sports Illustrated's website?
I'm seeing it on Twitter. I mean, it was posted 50 minutes ago. Like, apparently, it's old news. But it's
okay.
It's the first time.
Really?
It's the first
so
time.
What do they get? Did they say what they're going to do? Because I know the NHL.
He's being
the
tested
NHL
every day
is
this
not
week.
is not testing anybody who doesn't have symptoms. So I'm not sure what that means for other sports.
Hold on one second. Sorry, folks. Kind of, sort of breaking news ish. He will be tested every day this week in Phoenix, and after, and if he tests positive, he could be out. So according to Bob Harry, he'll be tested every day this week in Phoenix. Obviously, he played today.
So, that's so stupid.
I guess that's a good sign.
Yeah, I just saw the Ricky Fowler Eagle. What a shot!
He's in. So again, according to Bob Harrig, Schofley is in protocol because his caddy, Austin Kaiser, tested positive on Wednesday, felt sick, and so now and immediately left. And Schofley was in the same apartment.
Yeah.
Or same house.
All right, so that means he could if he tests negative tomorrow, he should be all right. And then they're just going to keep testing him every day.
That's according to Bob Harry. Schofley told reporters afterward. So apparently, he still spoke to the media, so good for him. He says he got up to a good start to this tournament, so I got to test tomorrow morning and hope that I don't end up like John Rahm at Memorial.
Right, imagine that. Oh, geez. Or even like in the second or the third round, be like, oh, hey, by the way, you're winning this tournament, but Rahm was winning it by 6 when they told him, right?
Oh, that's correct. And then the person who ended up winning the tournament after he had to withdraw never got to the score that he was at. So technically, he still won the tournament without even playing. Now, obviously,
isn't that insane?
Obviously, you can't technically do that, but in theory, he still won the tournament despite. There's no one got to his number. No one came close to his number. I think they got within 2 shots or something, whatever it was. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But so there's that, some late sort of kind of breaking news from the PGA Tour, and so there's that. Let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break now, and then we'll come back. We'll have Rich kind of recap the first round of the Phoenix Open, give some leaderboard thoughts. And other things, and then we'll get into our Super Bowl picks. It is Super Bowl week between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Los Angeles Rams. So we'll get into some Super Bowl thoughts, maybe some Super Bowl bets, prop bets, and things of that nature. So let's hit the commercial break now, and we'll be right back with more of this great content on the Golf Dudes podcast. Billy Andre joins the show. Billy, thanks so much for doing this, and we appreciate you taking the time.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
I'm very excited to be joined by an 11-time Emmy Award winner, and that is Armin Katayan. Massachusetts Women's Amateur Champion Allison Paik.
The days of the country club just being golf and maybe one amenity are gone. Unfortunately, Metacomet doesn't have those.
He has a very rare condition called kyphoscoliotic Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. And at the time of diagnosis, there was only 60 documented cases in the world.
When we legitimately played the last 4 holes at Newport National, you could not see 50 yards.
And we're back on the Golf Dudes podcast. Tell you that the Golf Dudes podcast is presented by Lynx Drinks. Lynx Drinks is best known for their transfusion in a can. A transfusion is vodka, ginger ale, and grape juice, all mixed up into one refreshing beverage for you to drink on Super Bowl Sunday. Look for Lynx Drinks at liquor stores and country clubs near you, and we're looking forward to working with our friends at Lynx Drinks this upcoming summer. And obviously, we'll see them and hang out with them a bit. And at the Northeast Golf Show, which is coming up later in March. For information on being a vendor for that, check out the article on our website. So this is the Golf Dudes podcast, and lots going on in the game of golf on the PGA Tour level. We talked about Phil, as that continues to be a story, and it will continue to be a story, probably for the rest of the season, because I don't think he's going to back down from his comments. And also we have the Waste Management Phoenix Open taking place. First round was today. I'm guessing it is over by now. But
I'm looking actually right now. Hang on.
It might not be.
Where are we? Through.
With the time change, it might actually not be. So that's going on. One of the great events in golf, certainly one of the great holes in golf. Anyway, the stadium hole.
We definitely got to find a way to get there one year. All right, so the leader, he's through 15. Sahith Thigala. He's through 15. He's leading the tournament at 7 under. Stuart Sink, he's through 16, 5 under, tied for third. So we're looking at probably about everybody's on the 15th hole or later. So it should be done within probably the next hour or so.
So we still have the exciting par 3 hole to go. So anything can happen. I'm sure that place is a circus. I know we just talked about Schofley. My guy Louis Oosthuizen looking for another second place finish. He's 4 under.
Especially when you put money on him.
Yeah. We won't be doing that again this year. That's for sure. I know Brooks Koepka finished at 5 under with Hadwin and Higgs. Koepka, of course, won the event last year. It was kind of his coming out party last year. Well, coming out party last year, I guess, after injury. So he's back in contention this week. Jordan,
we got a hell of a tied for 7th going on here. If I can cut you off real quick, got Schofley, Oosthuizen, Charlie Hoffman, Alex Noren, Patrick Cantlay, Justin Thomas, John Rahm, Kisner, Horschel, Scott Stallings, Brian Harmon. Scott Stallings and Brian Harmon 17th. So we got a major tied for 7 tie up in Arizona.
Wow. Now, how many shots back are they?
They're all 4 under, so they are 3 shots back.
So that's interesting. Yes, I mean the leaderboard's all bunched up as they usually are in the first tournament. I know Jordan Spieth is 1 under, not playing that well.
And you got a ton of tied for 17th. You got Brian Harmon, Abraham Ancer, Woodland, Sam Burns, Kevin Tway, Graham McDowell, Cooch, Keegan Bradley, Hideki Matsuyama, come on, Adam Scott, Brandon Grace, Bubba, Zach Johnson, Tom Hoagie. It's absolutely crazy. That's a bunched up between tied for 7th and tied for 17th.
So it should be a fun week of golf. I wonder, it's going to be interesting to see how they handle. Oh, there's probably not much they can do about it, I would guess. But they have the Super Bowl Sunday and the final round of the Waste Management. So unfortunately, it seems like they're going to get screwed out of any eyeballs.
I mean, I think isn't it? Oh no, it's not always Super Bowl weekend because it's the extra week this year.
Correct.
I would assume they try to send everybody off as early as possible. I would think.
Do you think they'll move tee times up on Sunday?
Probably, yeah. They already saw that. They already probably planned for that. I'm assuming they're going to try and send them off like as soon as the sun comes up, so that they can finish this well before 6:30, whatever time the game starts.
So we'll see. I mean, I'll certainly be watching the golf anyway. But that's something to keep an eye on. The PGA Tour, if you remember, last week Torrey Pines, they had a Saturday night finish to get out of Loyola football. Or actually, it's 2 weeks ago at Torrey Pines. Excuse me. They had a Saturday night finish to get out of Loyola football. And now they have the Super Bowl, and they have obviously the Waste Management, which is among their big events of the year, big non-major events of the year. So we'll keep an eye out for that. If they say they're moving tee times up, or perhaps it's already been done, I just didn't see it. But something to keep an eye on as well, and we'll keep an eye on it for you. Super Bowls this week, as you just mentioned. We just making the quick transition from golf during the Super Bowl to Super Bowl. I don't think this game's very interesting to a lot of people. I don't think the Cincinnati Bengals really excites anybody. No offense.
It'll be a big upset if they beat the Rams.
What are the chances this is a blowout?
Meaning
the Rams won, of course.
Meaning they're no. I don't know, man. I mean, the Bengals they made their way. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not worthy, but I mean, it could be a blowout, or it could be like a Bengals win close game. You know what I mean? It could be one or the other. I still haven't had the chance to look at the lines yet and all the props and all that. I'm gonna probably do that tomorrow. I think it could be. It's probably going to be a blow. I think it's going to be a Rams blowout or a Bengals close win. That's it. That's one of those two things. If the Bengals have taught us anything in the postseason, it's don't count us out. They've obviously beaten some big time names in their quest to get to the Super Bowl, but I think that's what it is as it stands right now. I think it's going to be either a big time blowout by the Rams or a very, very close win by the Bengals.
I think it could be a blowout, but I mean, Joe Burrow is.
I'm leaning towards it being a close game, man. I don't know. I mean, Stafford could still Stafford. You know what I mean?
He's Stafford in every game so far. The other teams just haven't been good enough to.
You know what I mean? So
take advantage.
like, it could. I mean, it's crazy. It could go so many different ways.
Absolutely. So it'll be interesting. I know you said you haven't looked at the prop bets. Do you think it'd be worth putting? I mean, what's the line going to be? You think for the game?
I'd have to get out. I'd have to get out on my phone to get the line. Actually, let me see. Super. Come on. All right, we'll just do the CBS Sports. So as it stands right now, and I don't think I don't think it's moved up. So LA is 3.5 favorites.
Yeah, well, like that's only like a field goal. So that's
yeah. Well, it's a little bit more than a field goal. So Cincinnati on the money lines plus 150. The Rams are minus 3.5 on the spread, and the total points is 48.5. You better smash that under, because that is not even coming close to hitting 49 points.
Really? I mean,
no, it's not even close. Not even close. I bet you it doesn't even hit 40, to be honest with you.
I mean, I think generally these games always get off to like slow starts because there's nerves, and both teams haven't played each other this season, so that's trying to figure.
No, I know. I don't see a high scoring game. I see it being like an over of like 30, 35, maybe 40 points, if that. I don't see it really going over 40 points.
So according to, I'm on covers.com, Super Bowl prop bets. So according to rushing yards from FanDuel, over 10.5 rushing yards for Joe Burrow is minus 110. Over. Under 11.5 rushing yards is minus 109, according to Unibet. All these things are under.
I don't know, man. Those
I'm not sure. I have no idea how accurate these are. I was just trying to find
those. What's it called? Those quarterback rushing bets are tough, because I took Brady. I took Brady yards over a yard, I think, last year, or over a half a yard, and I missed it because he kneeled the ball once.
Right, and then if they get sacked, it's
a loss of yards on the quarterback. So it's like if like Burrow can run, Stafford can run a little bit. So it's really not those prop bets will probably hit. But like when you're dealing with like a Brady or like a slow of foot quarterback, you got to really think about that before you actually wager your money, because kneel downs and sacks hurt you in those instances, especially when they only get maybe 2 or 3 yards rushing a game. You know what I mean?
That's true. It's a valid point by you.
Yeah.
Cooper,
You always got to think about the kneels and the sacks.
Cooper Cup over a half yard rushing is plus 250. Any chance they have
Cooper Cup over a half yard rushing?
Yeah. Is plus, according to this.
When does he ever carry the ball, though?
I don't know. Probably never.
Which is why it's plus 250. So I'm not touching that.
You never know, I guess.
I mean, I'm looking at from what I looked at really, really quick when I glanced. I think I'm gonna look at first touchdown scored. I'm obviously gonna take the coin toss. I mean, that's a ritual. I'm gonna take the coin toss.
Of course.
I'm looking at first touchdown scored or first point scored, and then first touchdown scored, because those you can actually make a little bit of money on. I'm gonna look at those. I'm gonna look at total rushing yards by the running backs. Now they don't really. I mean, they have Cam Akers and what's his face, Sony Michel, right? Yep. For LA, and they have Mixon for Cincy. I'm probably gonna go, depending on what the number is, because obviously they have Aaron Donald on the line. I'm probably gonna go Mixon over yards and probably Rams rushing yards under, just because they're rushing. I mean, Akers is okay and Michelle is Michelle. So
now this is
I gotta actually really take a look at it.
Now my mom says she's hoping for a Bengals win. They've come this far.
Of course.
So
absolutely.
Okay. There you go. She likes the Bengals because she likes their uniforms. Now in response to the Cooper Cup rushing yards situation, he says, what if the Rams run a reverse, which would technically count as rushing yards?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. I was going to say that's probably the only time that he actually runs the ball. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I was thinking. And I mean,
I don't know if they run that play or not. I have no idea, but
they've ran it a couple times this year. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's a 50-50 shot. You gotta think about that. Would you say it's plus 250?
Yeah, according to this dumb website that I'm looking at. So I mean, yeah.
Plus 250 for how many yards? Over
a half yard rushing. Over a half yard rushing.
So he just has to carry the ball once. I mean, what's the harm in putting $10-20 on that at plus 250? You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things.
Right.
I mean, depending on how much your Super Bowl spending is, what's 10 or $20 in the grand scheme of things for a plus 250 win, you know?
Mm-hmm. So, Joel asked, what are the odds on a Jamar Chase touchdown? Probably be good.
Let's see what we got. Let me see. I
so
got
anytime.
Why the Bengals can cover.
FanDuel says the odds for a Jamar Chase touchdown anytime during the game are plus 110. The odds for him
That's not bad at all.
The odds for him having the first touchdown of the game are plus 900, and the odds of him having the last touchdown of the game are also plus 900. Again, according to
that's actually not that bad. What's the anytime for OBJ?
Plus 140.
Yeah. See, yeah, I figured it'd be low. And then Cup's got to be like what, even or like plus 105, plus 110.
Anytime.
Anytime's probably minus 110.
Minus 165.
So that's inevitable. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. I hit the Rams to score first in the NFC Championship game. That was a decent payout. That was plus like plus 350 or something like that. But yeah, the prop bets are where you're going to make your money. You're not going to make your money on the spread. You're not going to make your money on the over or anything like that because the odds aren't great. You got to go with the prop bets where the true gambling is.
For sure. So there is that. So certainly an exciting weekend of golf with the tournament and obviously the Phoenix Open as well. I mean, excuse me, the Super Bowl as well. And we'll also have coverage of the Super Bowl golf tournament at Kings Crossing. Excuse me, like the hiccups from drinking a soda. Apparently, it's supposed to snow on Sunday. So last year they played in the blizzard, and the pictures, I mean, which is all I care about. The pictures looked amazing. So I'm hoping
I'll be down there. I just won't be playing.
So I'm hoping that our guy Peter comes through with good pictures again, especially if it's snowing out. Because that last year we got amazing pictures from it. So again, that's all.
I forgot it actually snowed on Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was
that's
a blizzard.
Right. I forgot about that.
There was a blizzard. Remember? It was a disaster. So
yeah. That's why we didn't go to Kirkbride, because they canceled it because of the snow. That's me and Scott were trying to figure out why we didn't go there last year, and we thought it was COVID, but it was the snow. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, no, they were going to have it, and then they canceled it at like 10 a.m. Because there was a big storm coming.
Me and Scott were thinking about that. Why we didn't go last year?
Yeah. So, but we'll be there. We'll be there this year. Well, I'll be anyway. You're going to be a lazy bum and staying home.
Yeah, I'm gonna go have some beers with the boys. See Peter, see Rob, and I will be home, snuggled up, and in bed as soon as the game's over, because I have to work the next day. So,
yeah, well, I work that day, the next day, every day. So it's all good though. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's not that exciting of a game. I feel like something says that it's not going to be that exciting. So I mean, I hope it is.
Yeah, and that's my problem. If it's not that exciting, I won't be paying attention to it. So I'll be hanging out with all you degenerates.
There's nothing wrong with that. But anyway, so there's that. Plus, it's my girlfriend's birthday, so it'll be a celebration of sorts. Get a cake and do the whole thing. So there's all that. So unless you have anything else, let's close the show. Let everybody off the hook. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Stay with us all weekend long for coverage of local golf and obviously PGA Tour stuff. It's going to be an exciting tournament at the Phoenix Open for sure, as it usually is. That par 3 is amazing. And so stay with us for that. We'll have more information on the Northeast Golf Show, what we're doing, what our plans are, and kind of different things coming up once that comes a little bit closer, and obviously tickets as well. So stay tuned for information on that. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And again, remember, Will Dickson is playing a Corn Ferry Tour Monday qualifier, a big event on Monday morning, and we'll have all the coverage for you on that as well. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Rich, thanks for joining the show. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm sure I'll be talking to you in short order, as is usually the case. And I hope everyone has a great weekend. Enjoy the game. Obviously, be safe. And we'll talk to you next weekend, or next Thursday. Same bat time, same bat channel. This is the Golf Dudes Podcast on Facebook Live and Coalition Talk Radio. Peace out, everybody.